My name is Dr. Andrew Stotz, and I'm going to talk to you today about Uncovered Asia, looking at companies that are catching my eye. This company is one that I've been looking at recently. It's called PAX Global Technology. Let's take a look at it. Well, it's a technology company listed in Hong Kong, and it's an international supplier of e-payment terminal products and software services. And it mainly operates in China, the US, Italy, Japan, and India. So what is it doing? Well, you can see these types of mobile e-payment terminals is what they are involved in. You can see smart tablet type tabletop terminals, and it basically gets rid of the need for a cash register. Sounds pretty interesting these days. And then, of course, we've got self-service terminals like the one I see at McDonald's around the corner near my house. And then contactless readers that we see on ATMs and the like. This company is involved in it. So let's take a look at the revenue breakdown I was just looking at. And basically, you can see 51% is coming from Latin America. So they have a very strong market share there. And then Europe, Middle East, and Africa, 19%. And then Asia Pacific, 15%. That's excluding China. And then China, about 8%. So pretty diverse company. And not that often that you find a company in Asia where a lot of the revenues is coming from Latin America. So that's another interesting aspect. Recently, I was just looking at this chart. Oh my goodness, the share price has really been flying. You can see that the share price has popped recently, but I think there's a reason for it that's quite interesting. So let's look at the tools that I use. I use something called FVMR, Fundamentals, Valuation, Momentum, and Risk. And here you can see I rank each of these against, in this case, 960 non-financial companies in Hong Kong. So I'm ranking this company against its peers in Hong Kong to say, is it interesting to look at for an investment? Well, I rank from worst to best, so that's a scale from 1 to 10. And we can see the yellow box is filled in right next to the B, meaning fundamentals look good, valuation a little bit expensive, but not crazy expensive, as you can see, about 6 times PE ratio, about 1 times price to book, so not crazy. And when you think about return on equity now at about 15%, that's not a bad price to book there. Momentum, both earnings momentum been strong, price momentum's been a little bit weak, and risk we can see is very good. The company's net cash in a very good situation for the current. So fundamentals high, valuation's cheap, momentum seems strong, and a large net cash position. So let's look at the next part of this. This is the world-class benchmarking triangle that I look at to try to understand the company's performance relative to its global peers. Now, in this case, I'm looking at the company against 990 medium-sized infotech companies worldwide. And on a scale of 1 to 10, the company is ranked in the top 20% amongst this group. This is very good performance. When it's green, it means it's world-class. And here we can see, asking the question, is this coming from profitability or is this coming from growth? We can see profitability of this company is very strong. We can also see the growth has been improving. It went from a rank of 8, which is almost getting to the worst, which would be a 9 or a 10. And it's gone from 8 to 5 to 4 in the past 12 months. So where is that profitability coming from? Well, the company is excellent at expense control, and you can see that. So they've got good handle on their expenses, and basically growth has been reasonable at the revenue growth stage, and expenses are starting to improve. The direction of expenses are getting better. So overall, the company's financial performance looks really interesting. So let's look at this consumer behavior. Here's the growth opportunity. So most merchants are encouraging people not to use cash due to COVID-19. And this new trend may increase future demand for contactless in-store payments. Also, you've got rising consciousness that may demand for more in-store payments, and then hygienic and all of those things that are coming up, and then ties in with the current business model. So this is not a recommendation, but in fact, it's some research to look at what I think is an interesting company. So let me ask you, for this Uncovered Asia stock, do you think that PAX Global Technology will benefit from the trend to move to cashless? Let me know what you think.